For Ugandan rugby, the year started with fresh wounds from the passing of an icon, the Rugby Cranes' former captain and coach Robert Seguya, who succumbed to leukemia at the age of 43. A beacon would then shine with the signing of a 3-year, 2.6 billion Nile special sponsorship to the Uganda Rugby Premier League, funds that were to cover the running of the league, club incentives and marketing of the sport with activations and media. In some of the Prime League games, Heathens beat known rivals Cobs at Chadondo. Pirates beat Rams at the Kings Park in Boyogerere. The Ginger Hippos defeated Warriors at the Dams Waters, and Mongas edged past Impis in Entebbe. The Heathens would later be crowned champions of the 2022 Nile Special Rugby Premier League at Legends with a game to spare. February closed in, and so did the 2022 Rugby Africa Men's Sevens Cup. That saw the men's national team set off for South Africa, where they camped for 2 weeks courtesy of the Stellenbosch Academy of Sports as they prepared for the event that was held in Kampala. The camp would later pay off as Uganda beat 14 nations in April, including a stunning 50-0 victory over Burkina Faso to reach the semis that qualified them for the 2022 Commonwealth Games in Birmingham, and later beat Kenya in the semis to stretch for the Sevens World Cup. The Rugby Cranes then beat Zimbabwe 26-0 to win the 2022 Africa Men's Sevens Cup in a thrilling final at Chadondo, which was a major highlight for their foreign policy. At the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham, Uganda finished 10th in the men's rugby sevens tournament with a 17-31 loss to England in the 9th placement game at the Coventry Stadium. At the World Cup, the Cranes failed to get past Samoa in South Africa but managed to beat Germany 19-12 and win the ball final. And at the World Cup, the Cranes failed to get past Samoa in South Africa but managed to beat Germany 19-12 and win the ball final. Uganda also took part in 2 HSBC tournaments, Dubai and Cape Town, as an invitational side in December. The 15's national team kicked off duty with the appointment of Fred Mudola as the new coach, and among his early assignments was to name a Rugby Cranes 15 squad for the 2022 Rugby Africa Cup, which was a pathway to the World Cup in France. The Rugby Cranes' dream of the World Cup was tainted after a 42-7 loss to neighbors Kenya in the quarterfinals. The National Sevens saw Ginger Hippos crowned champions for the first time in their history after a doubtful start to the series against opposition from strongholds like Heathens, Cobs and Pirates, who are dominants in both the 7s and 15s. To win the title, the Hippos reached 5 finals out of the 7 circuits.
And very serious.
The women's national 15s team, the Lady Cranes, hosted Pool B games of the Africa Women's Cup, where they managed to beat Zambia in their opening game, but got punished by the Kenya Lionesses at Wankulukuku in Kampala, denying them entry into the Rugby Africa Women's Cup First Division happening this year. To wrap up the year, the sport's governing body held the 2020 Uganda Rugby Awards at Serena Hotel after 8 years, and Adrian Casito was named the best player of the season. The Uganda Rugby Union also climaxed its search for a new chief executive officer with the appointment of Isaac Lutwama Nsubuga to replace Ramsey Olinga, who is currently the chief technical officer. The 2023 Nile Special Premier League now awaits kickoff on the 14th of January with the Stanbic Black Pirates taking on title defenders Heathens 3 p.m. at the Kings Park in Boyogerere. Cobs play newcomers Walukuba Barbarians 4 p.m. at Legends. Hippos take on Impis 4 p.m. at Dam Waters in Jinja. Buffaloes vs Rhinos 4 p.m. at Chadondo, and Mongas battle Rams at 4 p.m. in Entebbe. Ali Sharan Kiranda, live at 8.